Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM. It is time to talk Sunraysia netball and get the show going. But our usual guest, Raelene Viney, is not with us. Instead, she's tagged in her own mother. Raelene Viney joins us from that part of the world. She's a life member at the Ouyen Kangas and has a number of other roles at the club too, and a very fitting substitute. Lovely to be with you, Raelene. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Enjoying a little bit of a break.
Well, that is the way. I've got to say, I'm going on 3 years here at Flow FM, and I've never quite had the mother-daughter situation going in a segment here, Raelene. So it's great that we've got this opportunity to speak to you and find out all about your past and present when it comes to all things Ouyen United. But we should start with round 12 of Sunraysia A-grade netball, which saw Ouyen United go down very narrowly to Mildura at home in what was obviously a heartbreaking result for them, but certainly not the end of the world. Great to see a great game, though, Raelene, in the end.
Oh, absolutely. And it was a heartbreak because they had a good lead, the Kangas, and Mildura was struggling at half-time. The conditions were, of course, very wet, and it was probably a little bit of a thing where people got a bit tired. And, of course, netball, along with any sport, is as much a mind game as it is a physical and skill game. And Mildura really dug deep, played positive netball and just gradually pegged their way back. And I think that just forced mental lapses with progression down the court, a few missed shots, and all of a sudden it was level, and then Mildura just slipped away at the end. And I know the Mildura girls were extremely proud of their mental strength in the game, and noted it as a really positive experience to look back on, just so that they could come back when the chips were down. And for Ouyen, well, working on that mental capacity and ensuring that you go on to win when you've got a good lead was a good lesson too.
I've been speaking a lot to Raelene about the team's progress over the course of the season, and one thing that we've been speaking a lot about is the fact that this season seems to mirror last season a lot in many ways, in terms of the slow start and then the side really correcting its form and being a strong finals contender. I think between this year and last year, the thing that will allow the girls to hold their heads in even higher sort of places will be the fact that in many respects, even the losses they've had this season have been quite close as opposed to last season. So now that they're just so narrowly losing to a side as good as Mildura, when they've been in really good form themselves, it'll mean that they'll get back into the winner's circle soon enough, you would think.
Absolutely. And, well, they all thought, I think, that Saturday was going to be it, and it was really just the second half of the last quarter where Mildura could virtually do no wrong. And even though Ouyen rallied, it just wasn't quite enough in the end. And despite the rain, the atmosphere and excitement in the crowd, people gathered under umbrellas and under the veranda, it really was exciting. And yes, as you mentioned before, it was a bit of a heartbreak. But it's very important to keep going. Doesn't matter which side of the ledger you're on, and just build on what you've got and what you've learned from those narrow losses or narrow wins.
All right, let's talk about some other results. Another really close game was Redcliffs and Robinvale, just one goal separating the two. Redcliffs, the home side, getting the chocolates. Another close game for netball enthusiasts who have gotten around on the weekend, though, Raelene.
Oh, absolutely. And I know Romany Bowen at Redcliffs has been talking up her girls and saying it's not far away, because they push sides. They've got a lot of talent and they're tenacious. And I know she knew that it wasn't far away. So I think both clubs were hopeful of the win, and they couldn't have got much closer than they did. And I'm sure that both of those sides will take a lot of heart from that game.
In other results, we had Imperials going at it with Irimple, 37-51. Irimple winning this one, as Caitlin did predict. So a handy win for the away side on that occasion, Raelene, last weekend.
Yes, and Irimple has become stronger and stronger throughout the season. A quietish start, but they've really consolidated, and their new players have built a connection with the established players, and they are really quite strong. Not invincible, but definitely strong, and they're producing the goods on a regular basis, and I'm sure that they are looking forward to going deep into finals.
The use of the word there, invincibles, I think we can just about almost apply it to Wentworth, can't we? The way they've been playing, they just continue to be the machine that they are. They beat Mabine on the road, 74-24. What do you make of that result? And who can get near Wentworth this season, Raelene?
Well, it's surprising. They do seem invincible, but no team is really invincible. Something happens at some stage, and we know that Mildura has pushed them to an extent. And the last time Ouyen played them, Ouyen was with them at half time. So there's possibilities there, but by gosh, they're good, aren't they? And a 50-goal win, it's not their first win of that kind of margin, and they're certainly a force to be reckoned with. I know the Ouyen girls will be looking forward to going a long way to a much smaller margin than that when they play them at the end of the July holidays, but it will be a challenge. They have strength and height and speed and accuracy and agility, and they work like glue. They really are a team, and that doesn't just happen. They work hard at being the team they are, and they've certainly established a legacy for everyone else to look up to. But at the same time, Irimple, who knows what they will still bring. Mildura, they're so athletic and really cohesive, as they showed on the weekend, and now they have that mental awareness that they can come back, and Ouyen's never out of it.
No, they are not, and they've shown that so far this season. Well, there's no fixtures to discuss, no netball this weekend. So instead, let's focus in on yourself, because you've got your fingers in many pies when it comes to netball, and I'm sure many other things with regards to a community focus. But just wanting to speak to you about netball. It runs in the family, so take us back a bit. Remind our listeners about the player that you were when you were playing the game, and what you were getting up to, and then bring us to the present day and tell us all about your involvement now with Ouyen Kangas.
Oh, wow. I wasn't much of a player. I was a passionate player. I loved to play. And when I began my netball, I began out at Underbull, and actually played my first game for Underbull against Walpial. And then we left the district. But when I came back, I joined TGP. I was based at Patchewallet. So I had a really great time there and got involved in administration, umpiring and coaching, all from there. And that's just continued. So I am on the sidelines these days. I umpire and I coach, and very much involved in administration. So it is a bit of a passion, and I have 3 girls, and they've all played netball. One of my boys has played netball too. Mixed netball is a really good thing to do when you go away to uni. We've all been involved in either football or netball at Ouyen United over the years. Not so many of us still there, but still got one netballer and a couple of footballers, plus someone on the sidelines doing stats and admin and commentating. So, yeah, we're all involved.
Very active family, the Vines in Ouyen. There's no doubt about that. And Raelene, we thank you so much for your time on the program, filling in for Caitlin. We'll have to sub you in again at some point. Really do appreciate it, Raelene. All the best, and enjoy the netball over the remainder of the season.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to finals. Always an exciting time.